So this isn't a channeled message, but this is more so of a message of just reminding you of your own power. So I saw recently someone that I follow post about how people with intuitive or psychic abilities that do readings or channelings, that this is like a gift where only certain souls can acquire and have and be doing it, and that if you're not like given this gift, you shouldn't be doing it. And that didn't sit well with me because that is not what I am about at all, and that is not within my belief. It's not within my belief system. I am here to help people reclaim their power back, to realize who they truly are and operate from that place of empowerment, because we have lived in distortion, in disempowerment for way too long. Like, this is the time where we take our power back. And so anyone who is saying things like that, where there's only a certain group of individuals who are allowed to have these gifts, these intuitive or psychic gifts, or apply this to anything, right? Anything at all, that there's only a certain few that can have it and no one else can. It's not true. If anybody within your circle or anyone that you follow says that, do not buy into that. Do not give your power away, because coming into like talking to like the perspective about intuitive and psychic abilities, I believe that absolutely anybody can tap into that. Anybody can reclaim those parts of themselves. Do some people have it a bit more natural than others? Of course, but that goes for anything. That goes for even like people who are born and they automatically start singing or dancing or creating art, and they're like, you know how they call them like this like kid genius? Yeah, it's something innate with them, and yes, they came into the world with these gifts, but that doesn't mean that's not available for you. Will it take a little bit more time, practice, and patience to develop that skill? Absolutely. But that's like that's with anything, right? So for example, I myself came into this world being highly sensitive and intuitive. I had a lot of mystical experiences, a lot of them. And I didn't really have anybody to talk to about this. I didn't know what was going on. No one was really there to guide me through it. And because of that, I learned to shut it down, not completely. Like, I shut down 90% of it, because throughout my whole life, I still had mystical experiences, but it was on a much smaller scale compared to when I was a child. And because I spent the last year and a half reclaiming myself and clearing out any distortions within myself, any traumas, anything at all within my field, I was clearing out and transmuting, and I was coming back to myself, coming back to my body, reconnecting with myself, reconnecting with my body, reconnecting with my heart. Doing that actually has reopened my intuitive and psychic abilities, which is why you're seeing me do what I do now, because I want to. I actually want to reclaim my like psychic and intuitive abilities that I was born with. I want to, right? So this is a reason for me to like be practicing it every single day, because when I practice every single day, it makes it stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and it reactivates those dormant abilities that I had within myself. It reactivates them, right? It shakes them up, and over time they just grow stronger and stronger and stronger because I'm finally not hiding them away. I'm not finally not ashamed of them. I'm finally becoming empowered because I've had these gifts and abilities. But does that mean that you don't have that you don't have access to that, or that you can't have access to that? Absolutely not. Like, you can totally also reactivate your intuitive and psychic abilities, or any gifts whatsoever that you want to master. You can do so. Again, will it take patience? Will it take time? Will it take practice? Will it take humility? Yes, it will. It will. Will some people pick it up faster than others? Yes. And that just depends person to person, right? Some people, I do believe, are a little bit more in tune. Like, it's almost like a radio station just being able to pick up the signal clear, but that doesn't mean the other radio station can't. Yeah, you'll get some static, but eventually you'll fine tune to that frequency, to that vibration, to that version of yourself that you want to become. So, yeah, I just felt called to make this video to remind you, don't ever allow someone from outside of yourself to disempower you. We are living in times now where we are reclaiming ourselves, where we are reclaiming our power, where we are reclaiming our innate intuitive abilities, because I do believe that each and every single one of you has these gifts within yourself. And if you want to, you can reactivate them, you can reawaken them, right? Again, it depends if that's what you want to do, right? Because, for example, there are some things like I don't really care to do, right? And I don't really want to put my energy to, learn something. I rather put that energy into things that I actually care about and want to learn. So, for example, like, I don't really care about playing instruments. That's not really my thing. There are other people that are like great musicians, and they have mastered that craft of playing an instrument. I don't care for it. If I really wanted to, I could, right? But I don't care for it. So obviously it depends if that's what you want to reclaim. But, for those of you that do, don't allow somebody to tell you that you can't do something because, you know, there's only a certain few that are born with this gift and others can't have it. That's not true. Do I believe that with reclaiming your intuitive and psychic abilities, is there a level of discernment that one should have? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because there are things that I tune into and I always question, like, okay, is this in tune with me? Like, do I really accept this, right? And because I've been reconnecting with my body, like, I listen to my body's wisdom. So I feel truth. I've always felt truth. I've always felt if someone is speaking truth. That's just how, like, I've always had this. I just never really understood it until this, like, past year, when I've been realizing, wait a minute, my body's always been able to feel truth. I've always been able to pick up on deception. And even if that's within myself, right? Like, whatever thoughts or downloads I get, I'm like, do I actually believe this? Is this actually true? Does this feel good to me? And if it doesn't, then I dismiss it, right? So obviously, like, if there's a person that claims that, you know, they're intuitive and they're psychic and they like start, I don't know, saying whatever that has a lot of distortion. Obviously, I'm not telling you like believe those people. Use your own discernment, right? I feel like discernment is a thing that every single person should have, right? Just living in this world, because you want to pick up on if something is true or not, right? So same when it comes to intuitive and psychic gifts. It's like if you're discerning with yourself, you'll be discerning with the information that you get and discerning also with the outside world, right? But ultimately, anybody can tune in to their own psychic and intuitive abilities. Again, if that is something that you want to do not allow anybody else to tell you that, nope, sorry, that's not for you. There's only a select few. No, we're moving away from disempowerment. We are reclaiming ourselves, reclaiming our innate abilities and gifts that are lying dormant within our own bodies, within our own cells. If that's what you want to do and you want to reopen yourself, reactivate yourself, that's available to you. If you don't care for it, well, then you don't care for it and you want to put your energy elsewhere, then that's fine, right? But that's just your choice. That doesn't mean that it's not available to you. It's always, 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 always available to you. So, yeah, I feel like that's the message that I wanted to put out, because I don't want people buying into the idea, you know, like pedestalizing other people because, oh, you can do this, so that's available for you, but it's not available for me. No, that's distortion. That's like, you can, if you see somebody else being able to tap into like something unseen, having psychic intuitive abilities and gifts, like you can totally do that as well. Takes time, takes practice, takes dedication and devotion, but sooner or later, like you're going to start receiving things yourself. And I believe that we all do, even if we're unaware of it, right? It's called chills, when we get chills, right? Like that is your own intuition working. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to leave the message there because I just felt like it was important to remind people, like, you are powerful. You have gifts. You can absolutely tap into things that are unseen and mystical, but again, it just takes time, devotion, and dedication. And do not ever give your power away to anything outside of yourself. Alrighty, I'm gonna end this here. And before I forget, because I have been forgetting, I will add I do Akashic readings and it comes as a report. And I also do a heart mapping session that's one on one, and it depends on your situation. Everything is linked in the description box below. So please check that out. Feel free to check it out. And if you guys are ever like moved by my messages, I also have like a tip jar, which I really appreciate, as this is towards the work that I am putting out, to the messages that I'm putting out. Again, if you guys ever feel called to, then I appreciate it. If not, then there are other ways that you can show your appreciation by liking, commenting, and subscribing. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. And I really have to remember to put this at the end of every video because I always forget. And people tell me you should be saying this. So here I am. Anyway, I am sending you so much love and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.